If you're not there to get your own washing out, well, the conveyor's got to keep moving, mate. So we're going to do the righty and put it in the dryer. Yeah. So if you've got clothes in there that you don't want to be put in the dryer because they're going to be wrecked, well, you feel free to get back here when your washing's finished to ensure that no kind soul wrecks your clothes for you. Otherwise, bite me.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's harsh, but everyone knows that.
My name is Mad Mumsy, and I have been driving the huge dump trucks in Australian open-cut mines for over 10 years now. I wish I had $1 for everyone who said to me, "How does a little thing like you drive those big trucks? You must be rich. Oh, how do I get a job doing that?" My mining friends are asked these questions all the time too. This is what started the Mad Mumsy journey to share stories and tips from living a mining lifestyle and to let others know what it's really like. Not everyone is cut out to be a miner, but why not? What does it take to thrive and survive in this industry? Now let's dig in. Get it? Dig? Mining? Oh, it cracked me up.
So here we are at the River House. I have the hard hat mentor, my sister, Blister, here with me in the flesh. Cheers.
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 Hey,
Here
Blister.
we are. Woo-hoo. Having a drinky, and we've had a big day. Picked her up from the airport and we went and saw Mum, and now we're just catching up and we're having a chat, and I've got to write an article for Shift Miner, and I've thought about writing about laundry etiquette, and I've asked a few people on crew, and I've written a few notes, and I do believe it was due today because apparently it's the 16th.
It is.
But I'll bang it out tomorrow, and we're over a few drinkies. I'm hearing some awesome stories from Drewy, Hard Hat Mentor, and I decided, right, we got to get this on record. Hang on, tell me them all again. So, welcome to the River House.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice here. I like it. It's very serene. Back in the day, of course, I always start back in the day. It was interesting because there was a spate of thefts. A lot of people were losing, started with Explorers socks.
Explorer socks, yes.
Yep, because there wasn't the selection that there is now. There was only Explorer socks.
They were the best.
And they were still expensive.
Yeah. And by expensive, how much?
Well, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's so long ago, but
I remember paying between $7 and $11 for a pair of socks.
Yeah.
But they are awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. They last forever.
And they have funky colours.
They didn't then.
Stripy.
Yeah, no, not then. This is like...
How long ago?
When I was 18 to 20, and I'm 50.
So what?
So they only had black.
Was that back in the 50s?
No, 30 years
you
ago.
were. So
30 years ago.
In the 80s.
In the
early 80s.
Early 80s, yeah. Well, to my knowledge, I never saw any funky colours back then. They only had black, blue, grey, brown. About it.
No stripy one?
Oh, no.
Oh, see, I've got stripy pink and white ones and purple ones.
Yeah, but...
Now, but not then.
No. And so everyone's Explorers were pretty much the same.
Right.
And very hard to walk up to someone and say, that's my Explorer socks you're wearing.
Give me back my socks.
And, remembering back then also we were 6 weeks on, 1 off. So if people stole your socks, and if they didn't just steal a pair, they took all your socks out of the washing.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that before.
No, well, no, I didn't go into detail, but a theft. And so then what are you going to do?
You got no socks?
No, you got no socks. And so people helped each other out. But what we decided to do, because until we found the thief, because 90% of the people, 98% of the people were fine, we all ended up taking our beers and drinks into the laundry and sitting on the machines while they're going around having a good old yarn because we were guarding our washing. Very sad business. And there wasn't many chicks on site then. And always we would lose underwear, bras, knickers, and the mind boggles as to where they went and what happened to those. But again, it was not good because we were stuck. They didn't take all of them, but we kept having to replace smalls. So that sucked a little bit. But it's quite funny. I'll never forget sitting there and literally we're all on the washing machine because we'd done a 12-hour day and we were knackered and the only place to sit was on the washing machine. So we did. All of us did. And we ended up making a bit of a roster and only one person had to be in there. And then a certain person, I believe, got sacked and the thievery ended. So it's a good bet it was just one person doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the bad thing. And other things on other sites, like you got to learn almost the laundry nearest to your room. I always used to get familiarised with it because every single machine and every dryer's got its own little personality.
Oh, true.
And just because there isn't a out of order or do not use this one, you'll be very disappointed. Yeah. And the locals know that, the people who've been there for a while, so always wait till someone goes in and say, all right, tell me. And that's what we have to say, and they know. They go, don't use that one. This one works if you have to, however. And some of them would, like, for instance, they'd fill up with water and that was it. Nothing else would happen at all.
Oh, and then all your clothes are in there wet.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. And it wouldn't drain, and it was very bad business. Eventually it would, because that's how it sucked you in to use it as a newbie. You didn't know. And, of course, if you were one of those people who you had to have that washing that night for the next day, and you'd waited all this time thinking, and sometimes you had to start till midnight to wait for another machine, to then get it washed, to then get it dry, to then get your butt to bed, and you're losing precious sleep all because of a washing machine. So you learn pretty early in the piece to find out what's going on. And sometimes the best laundry with the best washing machines was nowhere near your room. And so a lot of people would walk for a long way, if it's a big camp, just to go to a decent laundry because they knew there was machines that worked, all the dryers worked. So it's precious time and money. And the people who lived local to that very special laundry...
That was their laundry.
We're not happy, Jan.
Cutting their grass.
Yeah, they couldn't get their own washing in because the word had spread, this is the crack, go here. Yeah, it's better now. They've got bigger machines, better machines, faster machines. But the powder situation used to be interesting. Like they used to have big tubs of powder.
Washing powder.
Yeah. Huge, big buckets that you could decant, and there'd just be a little scoop that always got lost or buried. And so people would use their hands or whatever they had around. And some people would donate things, very inventive things that became scoops as well. But I believe they stopped all of that too because it's amazing what people will nick. Some people started nicking it to take home and how they got it out of camp, I don't know. The same happened with big tins of Milo they would take. Well, then they had to screw them to the bench, but we're not talking about food and beverage, but just the mentality.
God.
Yeah. And
so you were saying earlier that what was the go with the drop-in detergent?
Oh,
and you tried to peel it off.
Oh, yeah. Well, some of them had those really sexy little balls or pills or triangular hexagon sort of shape with like a meshy material membrane, if you like, on the outside. And you just put one or two, if it was really bad, into the machine. And I would get it and think I'd have to open it and tip the powder in because I'd never seen them.
Yeah.
And my mate walked in and I'm even got my teeth up there trying to get this off. I can't. He said, what are you doing? I said, I want to wash my clothes and this is really good stuff by the look of it, but I can't. He goes, silly, just throw it in. It dissolves on the door.
Oh, Drewy.
I felt so stupid. He goes, and you're a woman, not me. Yeah.
So what did that mean?
We're supposed to know everything there is to know about washing, right? Absolutely. We're supposed to know. And the etiquette, though, of, the way it went in most of the sites I was on for most of the time when the world was as it should be, if you go in there and you want to use a washing machine but someone's washing's in there but it's finished, you would take it out of the machine. If there's a dryer free, you would put it in a dryer and then start it, and then you would put your washing in. Yes. And every man and their dog would do that. If the dryer there was no dryers free, you'd take the washing out and there's usually a big bench. You'd keep it in a nice pile and you'd put it there. And then you put your washing in. And not everybody, but most people, when they got their washing out the dryer, if they could see there was a line up, they would put the next one in and do the right thing. And I didn't tell you this earlier, but I was such a girl, and I like to think a very nice girl, that if I took same deal with the dryers, if it was dry and it was finished, You took it out. I'd fold it up for them and
Oh,
leave it.
me
until
too.
well,
That's
do you?
what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't touch if there was jocks and things. I didn't. Fold them. Just leave them in a pile because
I told my neighbour, I'll fold shit, but I'm not touching your jocks.
And I never ever once found my dried clothes folded up for me, ever. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's just a girl thing, perhaps. But, some funny things have happened in those laundries, and getting to know what works is very important business if you don't want to lose your sleep.
Yeah.
But some people will come in, not only will they take washing out of the machine and just throw it on the floor, which is beyond me as to why when there's a perfectly good bench there, and even if there's spare dryers, okay, don't put it in the dryer for them, but why throw it on the floor? Not only that, they would take it out halfway through it being washed just so they could have the machine and throw it on the floor. And there were punch-ups over it. There were really bad
fights over it.
When they found it. Because, I mean, the thing is, it's a very small town. And if you're going to do that, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
We need to trust each other. And if you're going to do that, what else are you doing out here that we may need to know about?
Yeah.
It's just not what you do.
No, not at all.
What about you? What stories have you heard all your own self?
Well, with me, I lived in a unit that was one house divided into 4 units, and we had a shared laundry. And I used to, my neighbour, he'd do his washing, and I'd put his in the dryer, and then I'd go back and I'd fold his up.
Yeah.
Same thing. I wouldn't fold his jocks. I'd just they were boxes.
Yeah.
And I'd just throw them in the basket because we always had people's laundry basket on top of the washing machine or whatever.
Yep.
But there was only 2 there, so that was different. Different in a camp like where we are now. And but I'd fold his stuff up, like, definitely, because you get it out of the dryer. You don't need to iron it. If you fold it up, put the little pocket tops down on your shirt, fold it up. You look lovely,
That's right.
And he used to race motorbikes,
right?
And he had a lot of motocross. And you can relate to this because we did this.
We did.
And I knew that some of those shirts should not go in the dryer but he still used to put them in the dryer and I didn't think he should. So I'd hang out those sort of things.
You're so sweet.
And then he'd thank me for doing that and he goes, why didn't you put those in there? They shouldn't be going in the dryer. He goes, they're all right. Oh my God.
I haven't shrunk on you yet,
then, mate. No. So, but you said something earlier about other people getting cranky about putting stuff in the dryer that shouldn't have been in the dryer.
Yes, well, my mindset and the protocol that we are used to is that's how the conveyor belt goes. If you're going to do the right thing. If you're not there to get your own washing out, well, the conveyor's got to keep moving, mate. So we're going to do the right thing and put it in the dryer.
Yeah.
So if you've got clothes in there that you don't want to be put in the dryer because they're going to be wrecked, well, you feel free to get back here when your washing's finished to ensure that no kind soul wrecks your clothes for you. Otherwise, bite me.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's harsh, but everyone knows that. Everybody knows that's how it happens. So, and maybe newbies don't, so perhaps note to selves.
Note to selves. Yeah, exactly.
Note to selves.
No, that's
and
right.
if I did have hand washing, because there's usually a trough, I would, once in a blue moon, we may have some special gig coming up that you knew was coming up, so you take one top, a special thing for some special party, and you'd hand wash it and make sure no one gets their little paws on it, because it'll end up in the dryer and it'll be wrecked.
Take it back to your room.
Yeah, but I have been privileged enough, and you may not have had this as yet. I have worked on sites where you don't have to do your own washing. Have you ever had that privilege?
I haven't, but the real mine has. Right. Underground.
Yes.
BMA.
Yes.
They wash their clothes.
Yes.
And fold them up and go back to their locker and they're there. And Saraya in episode 33, who I interviewed, she spoke about that. She said,
beautiful.
You leave your dirty clothes and you go to work and you put your clean clothes back on.
Same day.
Mm.
And it was quite hilarious because when it first occurred, I thought, I can't do that to them. I'm not going to be making someone else do my washing. I wasn't used to. I thought, underground miners, they always get that.
So that's a generic underground thing?
Well, most underground troglodytes I know, yes. Because
Is that even in Hard Rock?
Yeah, Jungle's had it all forever.
So how come? Because they have a better union?
I think they don't want their crappy clothes in the machines in the camp, possibly.
Well, and this is something that I want to bring up while we're on to crappy clothes in the camp, but hold that thought. When I was at another camp, they had some machines that were for dirty clothes.
Absolutely, yep.
And it's hilarious because aren't they all meant to be dirty? That's why we're washing them.
Yes, but you know what I mean.
But they're they're fitters.
Exactly.
But because when a washing machine is empty in a laundry, the lid is up.
That's right.
Generally. So you don't see the label on top until you put it down and you started washing. And I think I did a Facebook post once for Mad Mumsy about, oh my God, that moment when you're washing your clothes in the dirty clothes
That's
only.
Right. Oh, thank God they're dirty. That's why I'm washing them. But yes, and most people don't take super sexy clothes to site. Well, I never do. With the getting your clothes washed, I think also possibly with the underground guys, it could be part of the deal. You know, they've worked long and hard in the dark and they're knackered, and why should they have to do that as well?
Well, what about us?
Well, I know. I've never understood.
Fucking long and hard too.
But it may be also because of the explosive factor. You know, they could have spooge on their clothes.
Spooge?
Yeah.
That's
they use ammonia.
That's a blister word.
It's spooge. Caca. Shit. You know, they if they're loading faces, if they're on the blast crew, you know, that stuff shouldn't come into the populace. And that's probably more the rationale behind why they do it, I imagine. Because then they've controlled that environment and they've contained it. And they haven't taken it out, you know, AMFO or whatever. And I think that's probably, because, you know, everyone else works just as hard. They don't get their clothes washed.
I know, right?
So, and it's pretty much only their work clothes. You know, they still wash their own.
It is only their work clothes.
So I would think, and I'm sure some listeners, of course, that's what it is. It's not because they work so hard.
I know, because why? Because they're real miners?
Exactly.
Because they work underground?
And I would think you know, it's that's why, I would say, because of the contaminated crap that could be on their clothes that they don't want out into the normal machines in the camp. You know, because they're exposed to, most of them are exposed to that, whether they do that for a job or not. Even if they're in a machine all day, the cross-contamination, because you know how they have the explosive little old mate in the airport.
Yeah.
Who always picks me. Always me too, by the way.
Right.
And I have to allow extra time knowing they always will.
Yeah. They didn't today, though, when I picked you up from the airport, because you're here with me in the flesh.
Yay. Well, they did for me.
Oh, they did?
Of course.
When?
No, not when I got off the plane, when I was going in.
In Brisbane?
Yeah, of course. Like I say, every time. Oh. In fact, the other day I walked past one and I thought, I'm not going to get done. And they called me back. And I said, I knew you would do that because I obviously look like I'm carrying something, because I always get done.
Law of attraction?
Yes.
You're expecting it.
I am expecting it, and I'm never disappointed.
Yeah. But obviously you always pass.
Always. Well, yes. I hope so, but unless, you know, always. I was just thinking about Jungle, maybe one of his dirty ANFO clothes was in there back in the day. But with the getting your clothes, like there's nothing like, I fought it. I said, no, I'm not going to make them wash my clothes for me.
So, yes, that happened to you as
normal people.
As a normal person.
Yes, and it's on certain camps. It's just what happens. And not many. And it's only oil and gas, because that's sexy.
Could you ask for that as part of your...
no.
No?
This is the site, this out rolls, and you'll fit in.
Yeah.
But I was I could not believe it.
Do my washing and I'll take off $10 an hour.
Well,
less.
apparently some of the cleaners will. There's all sorts of deals that go on.
Oh, don't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they make heaps of money on the side for exactly that. Exactly that. And that's probably how the whole thing first started. I don't know. But I think it's only been in oil and gas that I've had this done, not in mining.
Mining per se.
Per se, because everything, and this is, pardon me, construction or expansion within oil and gas, not operations as such. Mind you, they were side by side, so perhaps it was just the way it was done. But they give you this gutsy big netting. It's a net, big, huge, you know, like your little ones you got at home, your net bags that you put things in.
Like your bra bag?
Yes, but it's big and it's heavy
underwear
duty.
Bag.
Yeah. And it's got your room number, like, stamped on it.
Yeah.
And you literally do. You just put your clothes in there. Everything.
Undies as well.
Everything.
Everything.
And you got to, allowed to lose the odd thing here or there.
What about your bras?
Everything.
Do you think
put everything
they
in.
wash them in a bra bag?
Well, I put them in a bra bag in the bag.
Ah, there's a note to self.
Note to self. If you make their life easy, they just put it in the dryer in there too.
Yeah.
It never comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
And some places you leave it on your bed, and when you get home, and they fold it all up and everything in the bag, and it's in there, and you go, oh my Lord, and I fought it for a while, and then I thought, why am I fighting this? Because people say, you're taking away someone's job. And I went, good, there's my excuse, right, because I just felt bad.
Whose
and here
job
I was,
are you
I had
taking
plenty
away?
of machines because nobody was doing it.
You were giving someone a job.
Well, that's what I mean. They said, if you don't let them do your washing, because I was doing it myself, I felt bad.
Yeah.
Because, now they've taken away, I don't have to cook my food, I don't have to do my dishes, and now I don't even have to do my washing. The only thing I have to do is wash myself, and I really don't need them to be doing that for me. So how good is this? So I got the, so you put it on your bed, and you get home and it would be there. And then in other places, you go, like when I was on Barrow Island, because there was, to make it easier for them, there was certain big, they got a frame and then a big material, and that's sort of like a big laundry bag, big laundry tubby thing. Certain rooms,
like
numbers,
a garden,
skip, but it was material
bag,
and so room this to this, and they'd have signs everywhere. Everybody put their nested things in there on the way to work, but it would still be in your room when you got home. Yeah. So they just had to stop. That saved them one trip. And then when I was in, where was I? British Columbia, in Canada, it was the same thing.
Did they do it there?
They did it there too. Again, oil and gas. Construction, but oil and gas. And when I said, I know all about this. It's all good. Where do I put my bag? Where's my bag? And the only thing that didn't work was the bamboo socks never dry because they take a long time to dry.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're brilliant. The best thing ever. No offence, explorers, because I'm a die-hard explorer person, but I'll never wear explorers again.
Really?
Well, I do.
Bamboo.
We had a lot of people come through, did foot care, because when we were on Barrow Island, it's so hot, so hot. It wasn't just hot, the ground was baking hot, because it's not a paradise.
Let's just let the train go by. So you're saying bamboo socks don't dry very well?
They take longer.
But why do you prefer bamboo socks over explorers, which we have known to be the best until?
Yes, because I got introduced to them with a health and wellness guru, came around and did all these foot care, because a lot of people were getting a lot of dramas on Barrow Island because it was so hot and the sweatiness business.
Barrow Island is where, for people who don't know?
Off of WA coast, north of Western Australia. Yep. And there's operational LNG site, which was being expanded, majorly upgraded at the time. Construction, 6,000 people there when I was there. 6,000 people on a really small footprint. And it's not a paradise island, it's a rock, it's a bare rock almost, of dirt.
Oh, so it's not like Hamilton.
Oh, no.
It's not like Hamo.
No, it's barren. Hot. And the ground, because there's no foliage at all, the heat hit you both ways.
There's no foliage at all.
There's nothing. Oh, salt bushes and the odd, But where we were on the plate, which is you clear the deck for the earthworks first before you build so there's no foliage there where you're working in your work socks. So the heat would bake through, and even steel-cap boots, you could feel it through your feet.
Oh.
And so the sweat was, and a lot of people were having a lot of dramas with their feet.
Yeah.
And so this health and wellness guru who knew about feet came and did a lot of toolboxes on foot care and what to do and what not to do.
That's
to this day, I still actually dry all my toes with my towel. I've never done that in my life until this lady told me we should be doing that.
Yeah.
Because, you have a bit of a go with your feet and it should be right.
Yeah, it's the last bit you get to.
Exactly, but to this day I do that. And
so
that was one of the tips.
Why was that so important?
Well, because of all the tinea and all the dermatology-related dramas people were having with their feet, is, if you start off with a moist foot and you're trying to avoid moisture in your foot throughout the day, you got no hope, because then that's where the bacteria breeds and the fungus.
And then you put it in the sock in the boot.
Then you put the sock in the boot, and then you get sweaty feet. Big time. And the beauty of, and I believe the reason the bamboo socks don't take longer to dry is they're such moisture wicking. They're so good at soaking up moisture
So for them to dry,
they take a lot longer. They take about 5 times longer than an Explorer sock to dry.
Wow.
And I've just started, because they're stratosphere compared to Explorers in price. So I've just started. I don't know. You have to Google it. But they're probably $5-6 a pair dearer.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I would say. Worth every cent.
Probably more like $15 a pair.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm paying that much for little ankle socks. I'm just starting to get them for home. Now and again, it's a treat to go supermarket retail therapy, because they're in the supermarket if you look really close sometimes.
Are you saying you need bamboo socks to go shopping?
No, I sometimes will start using bamboo socks in my normal life, and when I go shopping, I'll find them and I'll put them in the trolley.
Oh, right.
Sneak them in.
I got you.
Yes. Yeah.
She's sweating because she's shopping so much.
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing them. I just want to buy them.
Yeah.
But the point is, she pointed out the reason why people have dramas with their feet, and a lot of it is because, of the breathability of your sock. And also the sort of boots you're wearing, what you're doing, what you do with your boots after work. So many really good tips.
So what do you do with your boots after work?
Well, you got to make, some people will shove their socks.
Take them off?
Yeah, but some people will shove their socks in their boots, either dirty or when they're, for the next day, they get so organised that they've got it in there ready to rock and roll. And also, they don't ever spray them. They don't ever clean. They don't ever do anything with them. They just take them off and put them on. I've always. What
do you spray them with?
Well, there's all sorts of sprays you can get that will help.
Oh, for inside and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people use the soles. Like I always have gel inner soles in my boots. Take those out. Let everything breathe as much as you can.
Yeah. Right.
Whatever you can do to get air. Basically, kill and sunlight and kill the bugs.
Yeah, right.
And I always, when I'm in a camp where I've actually got an outside area, which not all have on oil and gas, I would always, when I took my boots off, I'd leave them, not for long, but I'd leave them out and I'd try and find some sun. I always did that naturally, just to air them a bit. But you can't leave them too long, you get snakes and pides and God knows what in them. So you've got to be careful of that.
Snakes and what?
And scorpions.
Pides.
Spiders. Pides. We call them pides. And scorpions.
Scorpions?
Yeah, and a lot of people say they check their boot with their hand. It's like, hey, so what do you want bitten? Your hand or your foot, And I do it. Check my boot with my hand.
Do you check a boot without...
I have no idea. I suppose you turn upside down and bash it. But I've always shoved my hand. I shove my hand in there like everyone else. I do. I go, anything in there that's going to bite my foot? And without thinking, well, I'd rather it bit my hand. Hello, dickhead.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That's hilarious. Cheers. I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Well, I'll finish the sock story because these bamboo socks, I'd never heard of them. And ever since I've heard a lot more about bamboo. But you can buy bamboo, all sorts of stuff on bamboo. But it's then the
pillows.
only downfall.
I've heard bamboo pillows.
Yes.
And mattress protectors.
Yes.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Infomercials.
Absolutely.
Gotta love them.
Yeah, but you wait, I'll show you. I'll let you feel a pair of my bamboo socks and you go, oh my God. They're just cuddly. But the only downfall, again, is they take a long time to dry. So either leave them longer in the dryer or everything else is dry and then you got to hang them somewhere for a while in your room, like another day and a half or something. On the line, they even take longer because that's how good they are at keeping the moisture. And so... they wick away. It's almost like breathability if you're exercising. And almost everybody thought, well, we'll try these. So I don't know if she had shares in the company, but she should have, this woman. And everybody said that it made a hell of a difference. But they all sooked and bitched and moaned about, well, they don't dry very quickly. You can't get them dry. Right. But you can.
So has anyone had any of those stolen out?
Not that I know of. Whoa. Probably.
Shit's going down if you still want bamboo socks.
I still take Explorers as backup. Because, you've always got to have extras on hand got to allow for the laundry dramas.
Yes, and power outages. Well, we just got an extra 3 shirts from work for free. Awesome.
That's brilliant.
Because contractor, right?
Yeah.
And when I started, you had to buy your first 3 shirts.
Yeah.
And they took it over 3 weeks' pay. So I only had three shirts of theirs, and they wanted you to wear theirs and all that. So you're washing every 3 nights.
Yeah.
Or days, depending on if you're night shift, day shift. And then if power goes out, or like you say, if shit goes down, or
you got to allow extras.
Forget to get them out and put it in the dryer.
And for newbies, I would say the lessons you learn is, how often do you want to wash?
Yeah.
And, when you're new, you want to wash as little as often, because you're going to need your rest and your sleep, because you're going to be culture shocked all over the place if you have never done 12-hour day in your life. So with me, like, I'm happy to wash twice a week, but once a week is better. And I don't want all smelly, dirty clothes in my room for a whole week. Thank you very much. There's not a lot of windows, there's not a lot of...
Yeah.
So I'm happy to wash twice a week. So you allow for... mostly, like you say, how many shirts and how many pants have you got anyway? Most people haven't got more than 4 sets of anything. But I've always got heaps of socks and smalls. The other thing is the guys on the ground, they would her thing would be change your socks at lunchtime as well.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And they were soaking, wringing wet. So then get the powder or whatever you got to get. And underground workers, even worse, like Jungle, is always got the tinea spray. And his feet have healed immensely now. He's shiny bum training room mostly of the time. But all my life I've known him, he's always had caca spoogy feet, because they're always wet and sweaty. Always, always, always when they're underground. No matter, perhaps if you never have to get out of your machine, but he's at the face on the drill, so a lot of water, because it uses a lot of water.
Yeah.
24/7, and he was in a hell of a mess with his feet, but...
There's another reason not to work underground.
Absolutely.
There's so many. Just ask a real miner.
Well, that's right.
And Soraya. Well, no, she likes it.
Yeah, no, I'll never do that again. Never.
I told you about me and my neighbour when I was in, like, the unit that was a share house, and we had it going on. We knew what we do. He put mine in the dryer, and he'd kind of... I wouldn't say half folded them up. He quarter folded them. Had a bit of an effort. But he didn't just take them and shove them in my laundry basket. He tried. Yes. Kind of.
In his way.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't feel right touching your clothes.
I know, it was a bit creepy. Yeah. And undies and bras. Yeah. You can understand the story there. Yeah. I get like that with their jocks.
That's
with
right.
His jocks,
Absolutely. But then, it's a bit too close and personal.
Exactly. But we had a new guy come in who was one of my best friends.
Wow.
And he come in and he took my clothes out of the dryer and just put them in the washing basket and just shoved them in there. And they were all wrinkled, and I looked like a hobo, homeless person who didn't give a shit. Yeah. And I'm like, what happened? And he goes,
I took them out, and put them in the basket. What's wrong with that?
I said, no.
In his world,
this house, we fold them up.
Yes. Or at least hang them over the edge of the basket.
Exactly. Yeah, at least lay them.
But he's a bloke, he wouldn't know that. Probably would give a shit.
He learned really fast.
Well done.
Yes. And love you, Cookie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cookie.
No name dropping.
No, well, I am, because he's the guy who does the music for the podcast.
Oh.
Twangs away on his guitar.
Gold.
And, so...
He's a culprit.
He's the culprit. But I educated him.
Only happened once, I bet.
He did.
Now for a word from our sponsor. Welcome Julia Hartman and the Bantax Accounting Group to Team Mad Mumsy. Julia is my awesome accountant. She has written 2 books with financial expert Noel Whittaker and has a passion to help us miners make the most out of our hard-earned cash. Head to bantax.com.au/miners. That's BANTACS to download your free miners booklet and a spreadsheet that will help you calculate the weight of your tools you need for your job. Why, you ask? Well, you might be able to hitchhike a ride with them and claim your trips to work. Sounds confusing? Not at all. Just head over to bantax.com.au and let Julia and the team help you out. You will also find loads of free information and advice on property investing if you plan to really do some great things with your money. Again, that's bantax.com.au/miners and tell them Mad Mumsy sent you. Okay, so this is part 2 about the laundry. And I'll just tell a story that I don't know if you've heard. Are you getting me a beer?
Never waste a good up.
Don't waste a good up, that's right, that's a blister saying. My neighbour out at work, Rusty. Hello, Rusty. That's cool. They're allowed. Those sounds are allowed in editing. Thank you.
Welcome.
This lady reminds me of you, kinda, but not, I guess, no. I don't know. Anyway, she's the shrink lady.
The what?
Shrink?
Shrink.
Psychologist.
Right. Copy that.
You know, so she comes and helps us if you need it.
Yep.
And she stays opposite where I stay at work.
Yep.
And we've got 2 laundries, and my neighbour was having a bitch because her clothes were still in the dryer. And he's like, she should just please go and get them out and all. And he was complaining because she'd left her stuff in there, and he was getting like really, really cranky and angry about it. And we're sitting on our back at our doors, as you do, sitting on the back step having a beer. I said, oh, it's all right, calm down, you know.
Why don't you go and take it out then?
I know, that's what I said, take it out. Or there's another laundry next door. There's 2 laundries. Put it in there.
Yeah.
She should just go and get it. So anyway, the next morning, I realised I didn't have any clothes. And I thought, oh, my clothes are in the dryer. So after all of his complaining, they were mine.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. And I did my best coaching, Dione.
Drew.
To get him a Drewy. Oh, you're Dione to me.
That's fine. Call me whatever
I
you
know.
want. It is my name. It's just weird to hear it.
I know. Do you feel like you're in trouble?
Yes.
Yes, I know, but still. So I was doing my best coaching to stop him hating on the neighbour for her bad laundry etiquette, and it was mine.
That's gold.
The next night, I had great delight in telling him that it was actually mine. I laughed.
He laughed.
And then he had another drink, and it was all right. He goes, well, you should get your shit out of me. So we're back after our segment of refreshment. And Blister is going to share with us Groundhog Day and lint filters.
Yes.
And we have... Okay, so this is part 2 about the laundry. And I'll just tell a story that I don't know if you've heard. Are you getting me a beer?
Never waste a good up.
Don't waste a good up, that's right, that's a blister saying. My neighbour out at work, Rusty. Hello, Rusty. That's cool. They're allowed. Those sounds are allowed in editing. Thank you.
Welcome.
This lady reminds me of you, kinda, but not, I guess, no. I don't know. Anyway, she's the shrink lady.
The what?
Shrink?
Shrink.
Psychologist.
Right. Copy that.
You know, so she comes and helps us if you need it.
Yep.
And she stays opposite where I stay at work.
Yep.
And we've got 2 laundries, and my neighbour was having a bitch because her clothes were still in the dryer. And he's like, she should just please go and get them out and all. And he was complaining because she'd left her stuff in there, and he was getting like really, really cranky and angry about it. And we're sitting on our back at our doors, as you do, sitting on the back step having a beer. I said, oh, it's all right, calm down, you know.
Why don't you go and take it out then?
I know, that's what I said, take it out. Or there's another laundry next door. There's 2 laundries. Put it in there.
Yeah.
She should just go and get it. So anyway, the next morning,
I realised I didn't have any clothes. And I thought, my clothes are in the dryer. So after all of his complaining, they were mine.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. And I did my best coaching, Dione.
True.
To get him a Drewy. Oh, you're Dione to me.
That's fine. Call me whatever
I
you
know.
want. It is my name. It's just weird to hear it.
I know. Do you feel like you're in trouble?
Yes.
Yes, I know, but still. So I was doing my best coaching to stop him hating on the neighbour for her bad laundry etiquette, and it was mine.
That's gold.
The next night, I had great delight in telling him that it was actually mine. I laughed.
He laughed.
And then he had another drink, and it was all right. He goes, well, you should get your shit out of me. So we're back after our segment of refreshment. And Blister is going to share with us Groundhog Day and lint filters.
Yes.
And we had to keep remembering this. As we digressed, we had 20 conversations in between. So quick, hit record. Let's go.
Yes. Well, the lint filter, small thing but very critical piece of kit. If the lint filter, when people are using these industrial dryers, if the lint filter's this, like 2 inches thick of lint, your clothes are not going to dry as fast as they would if it was clean. And I've learnt the fastest way to clean it. Quickly lick your fingers and go bang, and it comes off in like a blanket. And no one, I'm sure there are some, but in my experience, every dryer I go to, no one has cleaned the lint filter. Or
really?
I don't know how long. Well, the ones that pull out,
most of mine have been pretty clean.
Yes, well, maybe there was someone who cared about the lint filter before that. Or they didn't have linty things in there previously, perhaps. But that's just a quick little something that, note to selves, check your lint filter if you want to go to bed earlier and get your clothes drier faster. Yeah,
and they have signs up that say, clean lint filter after every use. And you're like, yeah, right.
Sun, everywhere a sun. Don't read the sign.
And it's like the sign about don't put your dirty clothes in the
That's right.
dirty clothes.
Did you ever give the feedback to put the sign on the front of the machines to the lid, to the peeps? Or so
no.
Okay.
I just knew which washing machines were for the fitters. But see, they didn't use that anyway.
No, they don't.
Because if
they don't care. They're not going to wait.
Someone else, like, there was only 2 out of, there was probably close to 20, I reckon, washing machines in that laundry, each laundry at that camp.
Wow, they're big ones.
Or maybe 10. Yeah. I don't know. There was lots.
Yeah.
10. At least 10. There was at least 10, I reckon. And 10 dryers. No, there would have been 20 because they were on both sides, washing machines, and dryers only on one side.
Yeah. Have you ever gone in and gone...
more.
I can't remember which one mine was in. You ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah. And you open, you go, and then you got to reset and make sure it goes... Because I know people have opened the dryer or my washing machine, but they haven't clicked the button again.
Yep. And that's a pain. Once you open it. Yes.
And they are hoping they did it inadvertently, not knowing. Same with the dryer.
Yeah.
You know, and they shut the door, but they don't... It doesn't go again. And so you come in and it's... So...
I'm here with Karen. You will remember Karen from Cleaner to Dump Truck Operator in part 1 and 2, and we are in the Leap Hotel in just north of Mackay because Karen is going back to Melbourne for good because I write for Shift Miner magazine and I have trouble getting a hold of it now that I don't go out in Moranbah way. So Karen, a couple of times we've met up here over a beer and she's brought me a pile of Shift Miners. And my latest article, which is, and I said is also my latest podcast, is about laundry etiquette. And you freaked out. Okay, welcome. And we are having a beer. Cheers. And I said, I've got to record this. This shit's too good not to record.
It's just so funny because I've ended up back here. I went back down to Melbourne and tried to get my business going and decided, no, I need some more cash.
I'll just interrupt there because just quickly, briefly, go over, you had your shop as a dump truck
Yes, and
operator. How long for?
it was about 3 months.
3 months,
Yeah.
yep.
I mean, I love the driving, don't get me wrong, but there was a little bit of politics, I guess, along the way, and I still wanted to follow my passion, which was the reason I was getting into them in the first place.
Yes.
So I've just done a little bit of a shortcut and gone back to Melbourne. Ran out of cash, so I thought back to the mines and I'll go cleaning again.
Yeah.
And was had open arms to me, and went back to the same place. And I don't know what happened, but I ended up in the laundries as some guy said the other morning. He said, "Good morning, laundry fairy."
Laundry fairy. Oh, laundry goddess.
And I've ended up putting a program together to keep them the continuity, and everyone's just talking about it, from the chefs to the other housekeepers, to the company I work for. They've had bosses coming in. They've sent the program over to WA.
Oh, wow.
And our manager just popped in the other day and said, "Have you got some before and after photos of the laundries? Because they're amazing. We want to put you in for a BMA, an award or nomination." So, yeah, very exciting.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And like you said, the synchronicity of it being... I wrote, you must have freaked out when you looked in Shift Minder and it was about laundry.
I did, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to shoot Mad Mumsy an email and just tell her my side.
Yeah. And then you said,
think.
I'll write a comment on somewhere.
Yeah.
And I said, well, wait until I do the podcast, which is with my sister, Hard Hat Mentor.
And I didn't even know you're doing a podcast
about
to
laundries, which is what this we're talking now is going to be on.
Yes.
And I said, wait until that's out and then comment on the show notes. And then you started telling me, I'm like, bugger it, I'm going to record it. You can still leave a comment in the show notes if you like.
I will indeed. So it's interesting. So we've also... I think you were talking about people's smalls, jock socks, things like that, and it's amazing how many get left or down the side of the machine. So I've got a bag, and I just put them in a little bag and put the date on them, and after 3 days, if they're not, someone doesn't collect them, then they go in the bin.
They go,
Yeah, but I don't tend, a bit like you, I don't tend to touch the stuff and put them in the dryer or fold them up for them or anything like that. I just
not jocks and socks. No, that's my line.
Yeah.
That's my laundry line.
I'm with you on that one, totally. Yeah.
So you would have seen some crazy things in laundry.
I'm just trying to think. Well, just going back a little bit, people are really impressed because what I'm doing, I'm using the old-fashioned vinegar and apparently the STP plant where the sewage and everything goes through in our water, that he's like, that is so much better for the plant, so environmentally. And the eucalyptus, having so much feedback, people coming and going, oh, what is that smell? It smells so good. And
And because they're big laundries. How many machines in each one?
Well, number one, there's 17 laundries, so I do that every day, the 17, and there'd have to be, I'm just trying to work out, I think be maybe 10 of each, dryer and washing machine. So, it's a big job.
I was talking to my sister about that earlier, and I said, no, there'd have to be, because I was thinking 5 on each side, at least 5.
There's more than that.
More than that.
It's at least 10.
Like 20.
Yeah, I don't know, but 17 laundries, it's a lot. Yeah. So.
17, and that's how many machines inside each of those 17 laundries.
Yes.
So what do you have to do to the laundry other than...
Well, my little program I've sort of devised is just cleaning all the windows. So take the screens off.
Clean the windows? Holy crap.
And the walls and the ceiling. So I do it pretty full on, and obviously clean the machines out. And
so what is the best way for us at home to clean our washing machine?
Definitely with vinegar. Yep. Just wash it out, and especially out there, you get a lot of blackjack and grease around the top of the rim, underneath a little bit. So I always make sure I get under there and get them all clean.
So do you dilute vinegar and water and the spray, or do you just put it neat onto a cloth, or how do you do it?
Straight into the machine. Just straight into the machine. Turn the machine on. Say put it on 4, and then clean it out. Clean it, with the cloth and the water, and then spin it out. So
Oh right, I'm with you. So fill the machine.
Yep, with water.
And then how much vinegar? Just like blah blah blah.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. And white vinegar?
Yep, just normal white vinegar. Yep.
Blah blah blah. And then stick your hand in the cloth.
With a cloth. Yep.
And wipe all around everything, and then just
and then just drain it.
Yeah, spin it out.
So it would go through all the tubes and tubes, pipes,
and hoses. So once again, it's better for the environment. Even though I know we're in the mining industry, but it's amazing how many people still are conscious about stuff like that.
I know, right? Are you listening, Greenies? This is I've been getting smashed on Twitter a bit lately. I shared some great news about Adani. Well, they were into me. They were, this, that, and do you know how much water they're going to use? And do you know he's a crook and no one will lend him money and all of this? So I'm like, what? Yeah, well, how are you typing on Twitter? Yes. We won't go into all of that now, but, But what I spoke about when I interviewed Soraya in episode 33, she went from, she's an underground fitter.
Oh, yes.
Apprentice, and she went from setting up, when she was a teenager, a turtle rehabilitation centre that's still going on the Great Barrier Reef. I think it's up Cairns Way somewhere, and sledding across Russia and, full on greenie. And now she's an underground coal miner. And I said, how do you get your head around that? And she said, a lot of people said, wait till people Google your name and you being a coal miner will start to overtake all of the good things that you've done. And it's happened because she got nominated for the Women in Mining and Resources Queensland Awards.
Really?
There. So that's where I met up with her and did the interview and everything after that. But we decided together that it's good to have people who are still conscious of the environment, working in the industry, not as a greenie going undercover to try and bust ass out of someone, but just to go there and just see like the little things that we can do. Coal mining's happening. It might stop one day, 50, well, who knows when. Yeah. But in any industry, we could still come. I'm getting all thing about vinegar. But in any industry, you can be looking for ways to make it a little bit better for the environment. Like you said, it's helping with the water.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so that's good.
And morale. Did you say one of them said the floors were clean enough to eat off?
That was BMA supervisor.
Fantastic.
Health and safety officer said that. So that was lovely of her. So what else? Yeah, we'll just plan on the PowerPoints and front of the machine. So just the program just breaks everything up so you actually know what you're doing each time.
So it's a procedure.
And it's really good. I know.
Because you're a real teacher trainer kind of person.
Yeah, I like doing that sort of stuff.
So what do we do with dryers?
Dryers. We're still working on them, but we need to get a lot more of the blackjack out of them because that's really hard to move. But that's the eucalyptus. So eucalyptus oil, we use quite a pure one. You can just buy it at the supermarket, and that is amazing stuff.
And so what? Just again
wiping it out. You may have to use a scrape or two to get it out. But also what you find on a lot of the machines is there's like a build-up of detergent and stuff like that. Eucalyptus. Some people like putting stickers on windows and on machines. I don't know. They obviously
good on them.
Don't have anything
I bet you have kittens when you see that.
I don't. It is, and it takes so long to get off. It's like, please stop it. So this is a little bit below the belt, but some guy turned around with the jocks and goes, well, do you sniff them? I'm like, no.
Yeah, mate, especially yours. Clown.
What do I say here?
What did you say?
I just went,
did you go bright red?
I just went, no. Oh, dear. I'm just trying to think of some stories. There's been a few little notes left. One guy came in and used quite a few expletives because he'd left his detergent. Don't leave your detergent in there. It will get taken.
I never do.
Never do because people will take it. And you just don't understand. You think a lot of these people are earning a lot of money and yet they'll go and steal someone's detergent.
Yeah, but it's probably because they forgot to bring some or they didn't get any and they don't want to pay for what they slug at camp.
Yeah, well, I've come up with a little idea of putting an offie about that. Maybe we need I know they sell little packets of detergent, maybe like a dispenser in the laundries that might be better than people going, oh, God, I've got to go all the way to the office to get detergent.
I'd rather use old mates on the washing machine next to me.
But
he left notes.
Yeah, he goes, the blah, 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 the mongrel that took my expensive stuff. Next time I'm going to put bleach in your wash.
Well, how do you know whose it was, though?
I don't know. This is what he said. He just left this big note on the top of the machine.
He thinks that he knows who it was,
And then you have got cheapskates who'll actually use this free soap that you get in your rooms.
Yeah.
They'll use that as well instead of detergent, which is not good because that all just breaks up into little pieces.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What, just throw a whole cake of soap in there?
Yeah. Oh. Instead of buying, found G-strings and, oh, my God, the things you find a lot of stuff. Pens, bolts.
Yeah. Earplugs?
Tons of earplugs.
Yeah.
The latest thing they're all doing is washing their cigarettes.
But they're expensive things to wash.
Well, they are, so they recycle them, and I find them when I go to get the lint out of the dryer, out come the cigarette butts. So that's been a latest thing.
Yeah.
You've also got certain laundries that are just much worse than others. So, I've got certain ones, and it sounds really corny, but I've got laundries on the outside, which are your office workers, and they're lovely, and you sort of, it's almost like a ship, and you're coming into the middle down to the bow, and that's where the grotty ones are. And you walk in there black, and oh my God. Yeah. And
so would they be more underground people or more workshop people? Because actually they get dirtier.
Oh, they get dirty. Yeah.
See, because the and this is what we spoke about, the BMA underground, like their clothes are washed for them.
Oh, okay, radio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they're still dirty.
Oh, yeah. But it's just the powder goes everywhere. Like you just walk in and just the whole machine is black.
Yeah.
Powder, and then it goes into the dryer and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's been a little interesting journey. But as I said, I'm going back to Melbourne.
Yes, and just as we'll wrap this up because this is going on the end of what we've already, quite a long one with my sister. But just tell us about your new passion and what you're setting up in Melbourne, and we'll all come down when we come to Melbourne. Hell yeah! Please do. I'll leave a link in the show notes to where you are.
Can't get away from
show
you,
notes
can I?
will be no, you can't. No escape. What do you think? Getting to Melbourne, get away from Mad Mumsy. The show notes will be madmumsy.com/beers 37. I think it's 37.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to. I want to teach people how to cook because it seems that everything's gone the other way around where people are having more takeaway and it's like a luxury to have a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be lack of knowledge. So I just want to start teaching people again how to cook your basic meals quickly and cost-effectively.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to be doing, and then I'll be selling my cakes and slices at the market. Yeah. And there's actually a new company out called Food by Us, and they're looking for people to cook homemade meals, and they get people, and then you can either deliver the meal or they'll deliver it. And so I want to get involved in that as well because that'll be good for business.
Yeah, definitely. And you're also, correct me if I'm wrong, you're setting up your kitchen is in a co-working space, or is it?
No, it's my kitchen, but there's a party shop out the front of it.
A party shop, that's right. I knew there was something.
Yeah. So that'll be good for business as well. So you'll get traffic coming in through
you might
there
get
as
some
well.
Catering.
Absolutely.
And you can hire out your kitchen.
I've actually already have two people that are going to be doing that. One is a chef. So, I'm really looking forward to it. And then down the track in a few years, I want to come back to Airlie and open a business up there.
We're definitely all coming to see you in Airlie. So
discounts all around there.
Yeah. Just say Mad Mumsy. You can have it for free.
Well, a discount.
A free beer. Thanks, Karen.
No worries. Cheers again.
Cheers. And good luck to the future.
Thank you.
Let's hope that the next person who's doing the laundries out at that particular camp is a laundry goddess just like yourself.
Yes. Thank you.
And remember, do the right thing in your laundries.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I might use
the poor lady who's having to clean them.
Yeah, that's right. Or man.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this episode all about laundry etiquette. You can read the show notes and any links that we come up with at madmumsy.com/beers 37. And please share with your mates, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, be real, be special, and have fun, for you only live once. Hey, Karen, laundry etiquette lady.
And fairy.
And fairy, beautiful. Cheers.